run it back. You can run it back. Okay. 873 873 209 757 600. And there's this. Go ahead.
Stand for the line. This is all set up.
And there's this.
Oh, wait, I'm going to shoot this on +9 so I can get to that mark. We'll put a couple arrows.
Hey, it's Kimberly in Baghdad. I'm sorry, I need you to put me through the audio room. I don't have my phone numbers with me. No, I need to talk to the guys in audio to give them my ISD number. Unless you want me to give it to you and I can run it back. You can run it back. Okay. 873 600 209 757. And there's this. Go ahead. Wrong. It's just 757. Just 757. And there's a second one. 209. Go on. 209. Get back to me. You got it? Okay, here's the second one. 873 763 085 643. 209. Yeah, and before both of them, of course, you dial 011.
That looks too hot, yeah.
To run the. Thank you so much. Oh, is Rich nearby? Thanks.
What about now? Yes, of course. Yeah, good.
The elevators are totally now all broken in my hotel. Hey, Rich, I'm just double checking with you. So I'm just doing a sort of a Q&A at the 4:30. Great. No, you just you asked me about
Okay,
the.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna have to leave this
then
one
when
to
I'm
you guys.
clear
I
with
didn't have
that,
time to prep you questions. I'll pick up the phone and call Beta and have them roll on 763 085 643. You got it? Okay, here's the second one.
Okay.
873
And I've just given the IFB number to
763
the person who answered the phone.
085 643. Yeah, and before both of them, of course, you dial 011.
That clock's too hot, yeah.
To run the. Thank you so much.
Time is Rich.
Oh, is Rich nearby? Thanks.
What about now? Yes. Of course.
Okay, I'll check. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, the Thoriah will be working and we will be in range. So, sorry, tomorrow there's a morning and an evening show, right? Okay, I'll try to
Speaking to you from
prep
the
something for
American
6 and
controlled
11.
sections of Baghdad. But the city is far from secure, and the U.S. Marines here are quite frank about that. Drive 5 minutes down the road from here, and the locals
thank you
will
very
open
much.
fire
And
on any military vehicle, and sometimes on press vehicles as well. We also drove to some neighborhoods near here where we found people had taken the law into their own hands. They've armed themselves and they've set up checkpoints in their neighborhoods to search for looters, stop them, and make them return those goods. People that I've spoken to in the street and right near here saying that they don't like what's happening. They feel scared, a sense of chaos and uncertainty. While everyone I've spoken to has said that Saddam Hussein, we've had enough of him. Yes, his regime hadn't brought what we hoped for. They are not so hopeful about the future. They want to see something secure, and they want to see it fast. They also would like to see an Iraqi solution, not an imposed American one. In Baghdad, Kimberly Dozier, CBS 2, back to you.
Oh, absolutely.
I rambled in the middle.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Hi, it's Bluff. Dumb question, and a request. Dumb question.
We got plenty of time, don't we? Yeah. Okay.
Track first. Is it going to do a track? Nothing to do with the light.
Okay, we'll get this done in 2 minutes, right? Let's
The angry crowd exacts bloody retribution. Stopping these attacks will fall to the men who liberated the city. First Lieutenant A. Phillips led his men through intense fighting to Baghdad. To get to Baghdad. Their mission today is to ascend. But every inch of Baghdad is still hostile territory. The ugly face of revenge that many people here had feared. This man is being part of Saddam's to the men who liberated the city. First Lieutenant J. Phillips led his... Are they okay with level?
Ready?
Okay.
Go.
3, 2, 1. Oh, shit. The ugly face of revenge that many people here had feared. This man is suspected of being part of Saddam's brutal regime. The angry crowd exact bloody retribution. Sorry, I'm just gonna start again. I'll be fine. 3, 2, 1. The ugly face of revenge that many people here had feared. This man is suspected of being part of Saddam's brutal regime. The angry crowd exacts bloody retribution. Liberated the city. And J. Phillips led his men through intense fights to liberated the city. Their mission today is to... And J. Phillips led his men ahead and running again. But every inch of Baghdad is still hostile territory. Navigating unfamiliar streets is difficult when the Marines finally arrive at school. Navigating unfamiliar streets is difficult when the Marines When the Marines finally arrive at the school, they discover it's inside a mosque, so they stay outside to avoid desecrating sacred ground. The welcome is not before. Others here may want them out sooner. Repeat that line. Others here may want them out sooner. It's not what Marines would call combat, but after what they've survived, they're not taking any chances. Lara Logan, CBS News, Baghdad. Lara Logan, CBS News for BET Nightly News, Baghdad.
Stop and check. Are there any today's? Yes, say it again, Lucky.
Liberated the city.
Fuck all about it.
And J. Phillips led his men.
Okay, then you have to switch.
Chris, I'm live in like 2 minutes. WCBS, yes, I hear you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, who are my anchors? Thank you.
You need to move that way slightly. Right?
Wait back and then you've got about a minute. Dana Todd. Yep. There, yes. Yes, I do, Claire. So, someone just gave me this information. Thanks. Yep. Well, a change of scenery, and yes, Saddam Hussein is no longer in control, but you can't really say that the U.S. military is, not yet. Everywhere you go, from the drive from the border with Jordan to Baghdad, and then the neighborhoods of Baghdad itself, you run into patches where there's anarchy, looting, people with guns. Some of the things I saw today, we drove to what we thought would be a nice second hotel to stay in, and what we found were armed men who decided that they would take control of the streets and stop all the looting. Now, this is kind of an Iraqi attempt to rule themselves. People here, you're already getting the sense, do not like American tanks on their streets, do not like American checkpoints. They don't want outside soldiers telling them what to do. But the Marines I spoke to say that when they run across these guys who are either looting or trying to stop the looters, they're going to try to stop that from happening. They don't want people running around with guns, and they don't want people running around with other people's property.
Soldaten eingeführt haben und Plünderer zum Handwerk Kinder einziehen. Und das mag vielleicht eine Zeit ausgeführt werden. Das ist für Freud als das Bildungsministerium wird von Plünderern vorgeschrieben US-Soldaten. Aber in einem Krankenhaus bleibt es im Krankenhaus. Und das gestern geplündert wurde und Französischen Kollegen rausgekommen ist, US-Soldaten vorbeizogen, darauf aufmerksam gemacht wurde. Da haben die Soldaten mal die Schulter gezeigt. Ich war jetzt vor Ort der Ratspsychologie. Es scheint mir einfach eine Schutzbehauptung zu sein, weil die Verletzung internationaler Konventionen, die hier gegangen werden, zur Himmelsfahrt. Fall konstruiert werden. Nur um ein Beispiel heute zu geben, auf ein Ministerium hat oben die Plünderer und unten wurde es angezündet. Man hat sozusagen Tatgenossen umgebracht, so wie das das. Das ist jetzt die Situation. Glaube ich, ein sehr gutes Staat mit den Bürgerrechten. Wir haben jetzt die ganze Zeit gesagt, bei den Konstruieren, Anhänger von Saddam Hussein ist es nicht so. Es werden jetzt Bürger Sachen konstruiert sind, das geht schön darauf vor. Das alles in ein Zeichen, wie weit weg von Ort ist, hier und nach gehen können. Aber es kommt auch gar nicht.
just going to stare at the camera a little bit. As we drove into Baghdad today, one thing was clear. This is not a completely secure city. Neither Saddam Hussein nor the Americans really hold sway. One road we drove down, there were tanks blocking it. American soldiers turned us around saying there's a firefight in this part of the city, go another way, take another route. When we finally did get to the Palestine Hotel, that's where most of the journalists were staying and where you saw that statue toppled a couple days ago. We basically entered a garrison compound. The Marines have set up security perimeters that they've tightened ever since that suicide bombing. They are very jumpy, very suspicious, and naturally so. This is the fire informant a couple today who said they can never let down that guard. As you drive down the river, still open fire on military vehicles. Also, we went into a neighborhood a 10-minute drive from where I'm standing, where the locals decided to take the law into their own hands. They armed themselves to set up checkpoints. They're checking the cars that go through to look for looters. They're trying to stop Iraqis from robbing other Iraqis. And when we tried to film them, they asked us to go away. Some of them were carrying some heavy metal hammers and things like that, as well as AK-47s. As you can see, it's a pretty lawless situation out there. You don't go out after dark. You stay put, and a lot of Iraqis feel it's going to be that way for some time to come. And some that I've spoken to said things like, well, Saddam Hussein was bad, but these American soldiers, what they brought is worse. Those were snoots at Let me pick up Baghdad. Kimberly Dozier, CBS 2. Now, some of the Iraqis I have spoken to, and also some that my colleagues have spoken to, bring up the same comment over and over. Saddam Hussein was bad, but this chaos that the American soldiers have brought us, well, right now it seems a lot worse. In Baghdad, Kimberly Dozier, CBS 2. Like me to retake, try again. Yeah, but Rich is gonna watch the whole thing. I could try to describe some different things.
He left.
He left. I'm crushed. Chris, do you think I should retake it, or can you hear what I'm saying from there?
No, I can hear it. So it's fine. As long as I'm happy with the length.
They're gonna chop and change, cover with pictures. Okay, I'll try a shorter so they can hand it to them to work with. Baghdad, speaking to you from one of the American-controlled sections of Baghdad, but the city is far from secure, and the U.S. Marines here are quite frank about that. Drive 5 minutes down the road from here, and the locals will open fire on any military vehicle, and sometimes on press vehicles as well. We also drove to some neighborhoods near here where we found people had taken the law into their own hands. They've armed themselves, and they've set up checkpoints in their neighborhoods to search for looters, stop them, and make them return those goods. People that I've spoken to in the street and right near here say that they don't like what's happening. They feel scared. There's a sense of chaos and uncertainty. While everyone I've spoken to has said that Saddam Hussein, we had enough of him. Yes, his regime hadn't brought what we hoped for. They are not so hopeful about the future. They want to see something secure, and they want to see it fast. They also would like to see an Iraqi solution, not an imposed American one. In Baghdad, Kimberly Dozier, CBS 2, back to you. I rambled in the middle. We got plenty of time, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Version 3. Go whenever. From where I'm standing, I can hear distant gunshots, every once in a while a huge explosion. All signs that Baghdad is not yet a city secure. There are patches of American control. Saddam Hussein does not seem to hold sway here or have power here in any part anymore, but in the rest of the area, the looters have control. They are taking advantage of this vacuum of power to get what they can. Some locals have armed themselves to try to stop this and make a local police force. The Marines say they want to keep control, but at this point, they don't really have the manpower to do it, so they're stopping when they... Pick up. 3, 2, 1. Because this will be over the pictures of the locals. Some of the locals have taken it into their own hands to try to stop the looters. U.S. Marines say while they admire that goal, they want to do this. They want to bring law to the Baghdad streets. At this point, they don't want to see Iraqis walking around with guns because they don't know who's the friend and who's the foe. In Baghdad, Kimberly Dozier, CBS 2, back to you. The editor must have plenty to choose from there. They only have 2 sets of pictures that I can talk to anyway, so that's why I'm having to stick to that. Yeah, they have 2 sets of B-roll cut that they wanted me to speak to.
Okay, mate. Thanks for that. I think that's it. Yeah.
You know, I just want to call, it's not to do with Mike, I want to call NewsPass Central Control and see if they have any more custom closes that came in late while we still have a mic up. It's not for Mike. Hang up with Mike.
He's going to call.
Okay. Because it's just... Okay. I just hate to waste bird time. I'll run and see if, before we get London to good night, I'll run and see if they need anything else fed. Can you check that? Just to see. No, I don't have that one. It was Ken's or Kent, or they didn't know how to pronounce it. K-E-N something. K-E-N something. I said, see if they had anything else that they needed to feed. Oh, the feed? What we have here. I cannot access my email. So I'll do the WCCO4. Okay, let me do. I know if you could just ask him. The last one on my list was the one that said K-E-N something. Is anything we can add after that one? So WCCO4. Mike, we don't have time then. I'll do the one he can remember. We have about 3 minutes left, so just record this and I'll... And that's anything. Well, Mike, we got about 2 minutes left. If you didn't hear, say it out loud.
The windows. We also saw shooting. In some cases, the looters are shooting at each other. In some cases, people are being shot as they try to defend their property.
All right, are you recording me? I got that one. Are you recording? Okay,
Well, it's a different sort of anxiety here. Last week, many of the people were afraid of the U.S. bombings and
in Baghdad, Kimberly local news.
what street fighting would mean for them. In fact, the street fighting was sort of limited to a few areas and didn't affect the majority of people here. Then we had that brief period of celebration, followed during the last 48 hours by these growing fears of anarchy and chaos. I think it'll settle down. I know the Marines and the Army soldiers here are taking an active role in trying to quell the looting, but it's the major topic on the minds of most people here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Bye. Thank you. What we had there was a failure to be. Did they have anything else, like another track they needed to be? That's what I was asking you to ask.
Well, it was just a wonderful scene. It was babies to them, and the Marines, I should say, were so happy too. They felt they'd slogged it up, they fought all the way up here to the north, and they finally reached their destination and home pretty soon, and they felt proud of what they'd done. I think in their hearts, most people are still happy and really trying to come to the grips with the fact that they no longer have to fear their own government. They no longer have to worry about they have a sense of hope and opportunity. But for the moment, that's eclipsed, as I said, by they're worried about who will govern them, what life will be like, will Iraq be a sovereign country, or will it become a colony sorts of the United States, and for not only order in the sense of law on the streets, but they like to get their electricity back to normal, the water supply back to normal, telephones back to normal. One thing everywhere we go, people are begging us to please use our telephones to contact their relatives in the States or wherever they live to say that they're okay. Thank you, Gwen. Great. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much. My parents will be very happy. Sorry, I didn't hear you.